Hey Mark, how are
That's
you?
a great way to start, mate. Good morning. How are you?
Very good, no complaints, Mark.
Good.
Champions League victory midweek,
Mhm.
Mark. The only WSL team to get the 3 points this week. How excited are you, and just what positives are you taking from that performance?
Honestly, there was loads, Jay. I think about the game, and it's always in the emotion of it. You think you should win a game like that a little bit more because I think, we dominated the game. There's no doubt about that. But Vålerenga were really good at holding that block and trying to catch us on the break at the end. Um, But I just think overall, I'm proud of the players, the way they took to the night, the way they took to the actual start of the competition. There's going to be, I've already seen the teams coming up, and we started with a really tough team, and it only gets tougher. So for us, I think it will be something we reflect on, something we're really proud of. I'm proud of Maya as well. To score our first goals. It's like that's the romantic side, Jay, isn't it? So. All in all, very, very good night for us, and it leads us well going into, because it was a continuation of the performance, Jamie. Do you know what I mean? So I was pretty happy with that, and so yeah, bring on Everton the weekend.
And on Everton, they've only picked up 5 points from 5 games, but I guess there's some signs there. A strong win in match day 1 against Liverpool at Anfield. What have you made of Everton? I guess there are maybe some weaknesses, but just your general consensus on them under Brian right now.
Yeah, honestly, I just think Brian's going through the transition period where he's bringing different players in because he wants to evolve his playing style. Brian's always a tough coach to play against. He's very good at what he does, and so yeah. Look, I expect them to improve. I expect them to pick up more points. And when they get the flow of what he actually wants, and I think you'll see some real good signs from them. So it'll be a real tough game this weekend, but we're looking forward to going into the brand new stadium. I'm sure Everton are as well, and trying to put on a performance and a show in front of the fans as well. So I think it'll be really tough, but I think they're I don't see them having any issues going forwards. I just think they're in a start of the season mode, and I think they'll get out of that pretty quickly.
Brilliant, thanks Mark. Best of
Thank
luck.
you, Jay. Thank you. Have a good day.
Thanks,
You
Jamie. Dan, please.
Morning, Mark.
Good morning, sir. Hope you're well too.
Yeah, good, thanks. Brian Sorensen yesterday kind of said when speaking about Man United that it's the best they've seen you. So I just wonder, from your perspective, whether you feel the same. And I know a lot's kind of said about growing the depth a little bit, but do you feel it's the best since you've been at the club?
Yeah, that's kind of Brian to say. I think it's different, Dan. Yeah, it's a different team. I wouldn't compare any of my other teams to that. I just think there's there need to be a lot of context to that. What I'd say is I'm really enjoying the way we're playing. I think we still have the same aggression without the ball. But what we have now is this kind of ability to unlock teams as well that are in a tight block, so we can mix the game. I think that's what I like about this team. And the reality is we started with real good confidence. So I don't know if it's the best we've had so far, but it's definitely I really enjoying the way that we're playing and the signs in which the direction we're heading.
Just wanted to ask you about being part of the first women's game at the Hill Dickinson Stadium. How exciting is that? But also on the other side, kind of preparation. Obviously, no women's team's ever played there, so does that kind of throw up any challenges?
Maybe. Maybe again for Everton as well, though, right? Because they're feeling it for the first time too. There's always a pressure when you go to a home game. I think if we can balance that pressure for them as well and understand that, and we can play well, it'll be tough, hopefully, for them. But what I'd say about going to this stadium, I've never played at Goodison either, so that's a historic ground too. So potentially maybe next year. But from my perspective, it'll be good to put on a show in front of fans, in front of this. It's meant to be an incredible stadium, so I'm looking forward to playing there. And I know the players are too, but only if we put a good performance in and win, of course.
That's brilliant. Thanks for that, Mark. Best of luck.
Thank you, Dan. Have a great day, mate.
Thanks, Dan. Jamie Lee, please.
Good morning, Mark.
Morning, Jamie. You okay?
Yeah, so can we have some team moves for this weekend? How's the squad looking ahead of the trip to Everton?
Yeah, so we're first day back in. We gave them day off yesterday after the late night game. So I believe we're checking in on Celine. Only then it leaves Millie Turner out. Leah Galton trains today and tomorrow with view to be in the squad for Sunday. So everybody else, I think, has come through without any injuries. So we're just checking on Celine, and obviously Millie's out. Everybody else should potentially be available.
Everton's been quite compact defensively this season. What kind of challenges are we expecting from that?
High energy press from a block situation at times. They're at home in a new stadium, so I'd expect that to add another 10-15% of energy to them. we have to get over that with the ball. We have to make sure that, you know, they have to work hard, and then, you know, you get your rewards from that. But yeah, I think the reality is they're a very good team. I know they're not showing that potentially in points right now, as much as Brian, because he has extremely high standards, but we still expect a really tough challenge and something we've got to try and overcome with maximising our energy, but also, you know, trying to move them around with the ball as well.
Obviously, we just touched on Leah. How important would it be for her to come back in such an important game?
I think more importantly, it's really, really important we get her back for the games up and coming. So, you know, she's been an ever-present really in my teams throughout the years. So to get her back right now, you know, we have to be patient with that because she's just coming back. But I think to, you know, everybody that sees Leah Galton on the team sheet already automatically knows they're in for a tough time. So that'll be welcome going into the Atletico game as well. And obviously beyond that for Champions League with the double matches or triple matches in the 8 days that we play.
And finally, what's your main message to the players heading into the game this weekend?
Same as we have been doing. Good energy, focus, confidence. But don't we know? And I mean, I don't need to tell my players, but don't take Everton lightly because they're definitely a team that can hurt you and take the 3 points. So we need to make sure we are expressing the same energy, commitment, and confidence that we have been in all. To be fair, the same start to the season. So continue that and turn it up a notch if possible.
Thank you. Good luck.
Thank you, Jamie Lee. Have a good day.
Thank you. Simon, please.
Hi, Mark.
It's nice to see you more often now, mate. To be fair, it's good to see you more often. So good morning.
It's good. I enjoy it.
It is. I do.
I like getting up early. Just in terms of the stadium, I mean, obviously you've got PSG coming up at Old Trafford as well. How different is it comparing or preparing a team to play in the main stadium at a kind of football club than it is somewhere like Lee, which we've spoken about before, is more compact and has the kind of crowd level that you're more used to playing in front of?
Yeah, I think it's honestly, it's different in each ground that you play at. It depends on the number of fans. It depends on the setup. It depends on kind of like the fan level noise. There are loads of little things that do impact. What I'd say to you is, I can probably rewind to like 3-4 years ago where we started to play those games, and it felt different. It felt big. It felt a little bit too big. I think the experience of that now and playing at Wembley and all of those things has kind of settled us into understanding that it's just a pitch in a nice stadium surrounding. And hopefully it has a galvanising factor for us because actually, you know, I'm sure it will do for Everton, but it looks like an incredible stadium. So, you know, we're looking forward to gracing it with that quality that it deserves to have on it. So, yeah, I think they're all different. All of them are different, but I would say the main factors are whether the crowd noise echoes round. Again, that's different acoustics in the stadium. But for us, I think we strip it right back and go down to pitch, 11 players and our team. So I think you just have to remove those kind of psychological situations and then you can play football.